Where's the counter? Okay, there it goes. Okay, we're running. So I made some changes. I ran all the wiring that used to be back up in here. Now it's all back up in here. This was done to only have to remove the cabin, which I included as one unit, and not have to remove the promenade deck, as you'll see here in a second. I made everything kind of a tight fit, and the switch is just velcroed on. It's just temporary placed because I'm not exactly sure where it needs to go. But the floor, I'm hoping you'll hear this. When the floor, which is just foam with a picture printed out from my local Office Depot, it fits in here pretty tight, enough to the point that it, with the wood trim, it actually snaps in place, which is what I'm going to try to get, if you can hear that. It actually snaps in. See? Wind's not going to blow it out. It's going to be in there. Same thing with the bench. It snaps in as well. I didn't exactly plan it this way. I just got lucky. So that, I think you heard that snapped. And adjust the floor, and that snapped in. Okay? So, again, I pulled all the connections for the battery and the switch out here to where I only have to pull the superstructure cabin, which is all now unitized, and you'll see that I'm starting to work on the sliding windows here. I'm getting to that here in a minute. The magnets here, I did pair them up to where they hold the cabin in fairly securely. I don't believe they're going to come out. I'm glad I didn't add 3 on each side, because then, as you see, it snugs down pretty tight. And then here's what it looks like from that end. Everything kind of snaps in place, fairly secure. Okay, what else I'm going to be trying tonight is I'm going to be trying these batteries, or rechargeables, Cheapy Wally World batteries. They work okay in my 2.4 gig radio for my Seawind, but this is an Ameritronics version, and that's what I've been running with this, and I've never tried rechargeable batteries in it. So today I'm going to try that as well as a test to see how well it works. So here we go. Let's see if it works. I'll pull the cabin back out. Much easier to connect everything this way. Now all I have to do is connect the battery here instead of having to pull the floor from the promenade deck as well. Of course, proper procedure, turn the transmitter on first, and it looks like I got a fairly good battery here with this. These batteries normally are supposed to be 1.2 volts, but with 8 of them, transmitters don't generally use a whole lot of voltage, so we're going to now turn on the boat. And of course you'll hear the ESC cycle. Okay. Make sure that the prop is clear. And we can at least give a motor demonstration. You can see it does turn there. Now we'll turn the boat over. and move the tripod, of course, and try to get a better shot here of the action. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. If I zoom too much, it'll be too pixelized and you won't be able to see it. Okay, again, with the prop. Now let's try the rudder. Okay, so this test of the rechargeables looks like it will function well in this radio. Okay, therefore I am satisfied with that. End of this test. Again, proper procedure with all RCs. Turn the equipment off first. And then the transmitter. And of course I like to disconnect my battery just for an extra drain. But see how much easier this is doing that right here. It's all right there, and all I have to do then is reinsert carefully, because it is just a foam board boat. It is all made of foam except for the wood trim, the wood supporting, and as you see, the magnets do a pretty good job. I don't think it's going to blow out. Of course, all the glass will be here, so there's not going to get any extra windage there. And as we're working on, I just epoxied the rails here. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try this. The tracks for the windows, if you're looking at the gaps here, I made this small so that, and this is throwaway, this is just card stock that came on a flyer hanging on the doorknob. It's laminated on both sides so the glue doesn't stick. So you can kind of see it does slide. The epoxy's not fully cured yet, but it's in there pretty